feel like this week has kind of been like a blah week. I spent a lot of time working on projects that I don't think I've left the house in a couple of days, and I am starting to get, that's the car, I'm letting it warm up, but I'm starting to get one of those I haven't left the house in a couple of day headaches, which does happen to me, and I know this, so that's like I always try to like get out of the house so I don't get like these headaches of being like cooped up and just staring at my computer screen working. But we're gonna go to Ross because I have this like image of like a painting I want to do. Whenever I do like art, it's usually like watercolors, but I want to either get acrylics or oils, and I want to work on this painting idea. It's like of Icarus melting, and like I do a quick sketch of it when I was like on the phone with someone, just like doodling, and I'm like, this would be cool. We're gonna go to Ross first, because Ross in Hawaii at least always had like big canvases for cheap and like cheap paint, because like I don't want to buy expensive paint. I have all that stuff at home in Hawaii, but I didn't bring it with me because I'm like, I should not put paint in my check bag with my clothes. That would not work out well if it exploded. But we're gonna check Ross first, and then if they don't have anything across the street from that Ross, there's an art store, so we can just get stuff from there instead. But we are out, we are making not money moves, but we're spending money today. Yes, I feel like that would be a good thing to do with my day, because I've just kind of been languishing in a way. I've been reading, I've been like watching things, but it's time to create something. I did some writing yesterday, which was fun. I was working on the premise of Macbeth, and just kind of, I feel like I'm a fourth of the way into the story, because it's supposed to be a novella and I'm 15,000 words in, but that would be like halfway through a novella, and I feel like we're only a fourth of the way in, so it might be a little bit longer than I was expecting it to be. So we'll just see how it goes and kind of roll with the punches, because like so far what I have written, there's not much that can be cut from it, because it's very action oriented. Like something happens and then we move on, something happens and we move on, and it's just like that. There's not a lot of like exposition, there's not a lot of like the character thinking. It's these things happening, the characters reacting, and then the story continuing. It's very fast paced. Yes, but let's get going. I look like a founding father with my hair curled like this. But whew, Ross did not disappoint. They had canvas and they had paint. So I got like this humongous canvas. I think it's 24 by 30 inches for like $12, which they had ones that were like smaller that for like 22. I'm like, that seems expensive for a canvas, and I found that one for 12. I'm like, yay. Is this going to be like the biggest painting I've ever done? Yes. Am I now thinking about the small tubes of paint that I bought? Yes. And it might not be enough paint, but especially with white, because I use a lot of white, so that is a problem for future me to figure out. But next, I think we need to go to the grocery store or something, because I got groceries like 6 days ago, and like I don't really need groceries. Well, I mean, I need groceries. My fridge is sad. Yes. So let's go to the grocery store next. I kind of want to make beef bourguignon this week, so I need to get like wine, I need to get pearl onions, like all that kind of stuff. But I feel like beef bourguignon be like such a good thing to have, and I could do that today, and it could like slow cook all afternoon and be nice. I don't know, I just love beef bourguignon. Like beef stew is like a comfort thing, so that definitely sounds like a good idea. And I want to get some more easier things for breakfast, because I have not been eating breakfast, and it is making me kind of, I think that's probably why I'm in this like slump, why I feel so languished. It's not a word, but I feel like breakfast will definitely help with that. So we're gonna go find a grocery store. So we're back from Trader Joe's, and it's definitely not like the biggest Trader Joe's that I have ever been in. I did not get things that were breakfasty, I think. I kind of don't remember what I got. I was gonna get stuff to make beef bourguignon like I talked about, but stew meat is $10 a pound. So to like, it would have been $16 for like a container of stew meat. And I'm like, that's ridiculous. That's actually ridiculous. Like, that's how much like meat was in Switzerland. It's ridiculous. And I'm just like, not today. We're not going to do that today. But I got crystallized candy ginger. This is just a snack. I love candy ginger and like ginger snacks. So I'm hoping these are good. They're so tasty. Or I will do a grocery like haul when I get home. We have a successful grocery haul. So this is, it's very big, but this is the goal because I want it to be big. So it's gonna be like Icarus melting and like not falling, but it's like the moment that he starts to melt. So we get like that shock on his face. And then like everything around him is just kind of like black at the bottom, but then like bright at the top because, you know, the sun. But so this is it's 24 by 30 inches, good size canvas. But then these are the paints. So this was $5 for these acrylic paints. I feel like this is not going to be enough, like just amount wise for how big it is. But whenever I do art, I always thin paint out. That's just like how I like to do art. I make very thin layers and then build up because I just take watercolors with me everywhere I go. Let's see, this is how much white I have, just 1 tube of white. That might not work out, but we have all these fun colors. So I'm not going to be like mixing as many dark colors, lighter or whatever, because there's already so many light colors. But we will see how this goes. There's the project that we want to get started today, but grocery haul real quick. And then we will do kind of a survey of the house for this week. Like, do the bird feeders need fed? I need a vacuum? I probably need to do a bunch of like just cleaning, putting dishes away, washing dishes, take the compost out. It's just stuff that I have been avoiding because I didn't feel like doing it. I need to stop avoiding things and just watching TikToks because that's not healthy. It's not healthy to just watch TikToks all day. But we'll do a Trader Joe's haul first and then eat lunch because it's 11:30. I had a piece of chocolate and candy ginger for breakfast. So the candy ginger, very good. They had sweet and spicy, and then they had smooth and sweet. But I like candy ginger when it's spicy. So I got the spicy one, and the spicy one had like the little sugar crystals, which I'm a fan of. And then I got this Caesar salad style, just like salad mix. And I like Caesar salad, but like I bought like romaine and the dressing so I could just make it myself without having to get like the mix. It does not taste the same as getting a mix. I don't know why. There's like something they do to it. This lettuce looks a bit janky. And I got some pasta. Then I got some rice cake thins. So I can have like this with like some peanut butter for like a snack. So that way when I'm like, okay, what should I eat? I'm just gonna like leave this with the peanut butter out on the counter. So that way like I don't get frustrated with not being able to find food, even though there's food, and I can have something to eat. And I got these green beans. I don't know how I feel about green beans because whenever I've eaten them, they've always been boiled, and boiled vegetables aren't good vegetables. So I think I'm gonna figure out how to like maybe boil these and then bake them or something with like some garlic and I don't know, just so they taste better. But this is a pound. They had like the fresh green beans and it was like the same price for like this much, for like a fourth of it. So I was like, okay, grab the frozen ones, put the fresh ones we grabbed back. Then we got some Italian sausage. It's very Italian-y themed, but not really. Then I got some cantaloupe. I've been looking for cantaloupe, like just the whole melon, and I could not find it. Like at the Aldi last week, up at my grandma's in Pennsylvania. I couldn't find it here. It's probably out of season. But they had fresh cut cantaloupe chunks, which these cost as much as the green beans. They are making me happy already. Then I got this. This is a coconut cream latte cold brew from Trader Joe's. And I've never tried like Trader Joe's cold brew. They don't have a Trader Joe's in Hawaii, or at least on my island. And there really isn't any up north in Pennsylvania, so it's kind of like a difficult like place to get. Like I like going there because it feels like I don't know, it just feels fun. But I got a latte, it's warm, so I'm gonna put it in the fridge. Got some matcha green tea latte mix. The people who are like no matcha are probably screaming at me like, this is so bad, why did you buy this? But I didn't have it at Aldi. I looked at Target and I don't think I found any there. But I can't remember. But I got some matcha because remember like my whole thing with matcha last week. So I got that. These I did buy because of TikTok. It's the steamed chicken soup dumplings. Because I always see people like saying how good these are, and I want to try them. So we're gonna try this. We might have these for lunch. We will see. And then I got the coconut body butter. So I have like a moisturizer right now, but it's almost empty. Like when you get to like the point of like a moisturizer and you're just like hitting it to get everything out of the sides and it's like upside down, so we don't waste product here. But I've bought this one back in July and I really like it. This is what it looks like. It's just a really thick body butter. I don't want to touch inside of it because I did not wash my hands yet. I just walked in the door, but it smells really nice. People say it's like a dupe for the Sol de Janeiro cream, that it like smells the same. It does not smell the same. The Sol de Janeiro, the Girosa, the orange container, that one gives me a headache. It's very strong, very almondy. This one is coconut. I like coconut moisturizers and coconut smells in general. But yes, I just want to smell it now. It smells so good. I will have this to put in the bathroom. Let's make some lunch. I feel a bit like Squeak the cat, like not sitting, but like I'm kneeling right here, just like watching the birds out the window. Like it's so much fun, and there's a bird watching book here, so I feel like that'll be like a cool afternoon activity to kind of like learn more about birds. It's like I know a chickadee, I read a robin, a bluebird, but that's about it. Hey guys, we're back on the floor because this is like, for some reason there's like no direct sunlight getting to the desk area, the dining room area over there, which is where I do a lot of work. And that's probably why I have a headache, because I'm working in the dark. But we're going to start the Icarus project. This has nothing to do with this. That was me doodling. But this is the general idea of like Icarus realizing he's flown too close to the sun, and kind of the fall, or like the droop or whatever. So this is like the goal. And we have the canvas. So how I think I'm gonna do it is I'm going to kind of block out kind of the shape with like lines. I don't want to get my ruler, so we're just gonna make some guesswork. So we're gonna do maybe 9 grid marks up and 7 across. There's our grid. At a like crossroads in my life right now, where I don't really know what I'm going to be doing in the next couple of months. It ends in less than 3 weeks now, and then after that I don't actually have anything planned or booked. My grandma lives in Pennsylvania, and like if I need a place to stay, I'll go to her, because I'm actually gonna be there anyways because my mom's coming. So there's that. I just realized I'm gonna have this humongous painting and nowhere to put it. Yeah, I'm gonna be in Pennsylvania for March, and then my dad and my little sister are gonna be there in May, so I don't want to be there during April because I feel like whenever I go to my grandma's house, I love seeing her, but I become like lethargic, which I guess that happens everywhere I go. There's the general idea. It's not this one, it's this one that we're focusing on, this part. But it's just kind of confusing trying to figure out where I want to do, like what I want to, because I've been traveling like non-stop this whole year. Not this whole year, this year's just started, but I guess this whole year. But I've been traveling, so I haven't had like a set place or like a place that's like my own. And yeah, it's just kind of figuring out what I want to do, because I have been traveling for so long that I haven't really taken time to think about like where I want to end up. That's like something people always ask me, like, oh, when are you gonna stop traveling? I'm like, I have no clue. And it's so difficult to like find someplace to like rent nowadays. So this is body, then we have his wings here and here, then his head, which I think is actually probably his head, and then hair, crazy curly hair, and then like a crown, not like a crown, but like a laurel maybe. And he's reaching up, so I want it to be like the sun, like he was going for the sun, so it's like white here. It's white here. You guys can't even see that. It's white here, and then it's gonna be like white like this, like it gets lighter, and we have like the blue, so white, and then it starts into like yellow tones. Then we have like the blue, and then a darker blue, and then black down at the bottom. So it goes from blue to black, blue, black here. To like show that he's going from like, because usually when people go to heaven, they go from like our plane into the light. But because he was trying to go into the light, he's going to fall down to earth, which is black at the bottom. So he's like falling into Tartarus, or falling into hate, into like the afterlife. So that's kind of fun. Yeah, he's like falling back. And then his feet are just kind of like hanging loose because he's flying, and he's falling back like whoop. And then there's his face. And then like his mouth is open in shock. So what's happening? His skin is red. Again, he's getting burnt by the sun, and the wax is melting. Maybe on his legs. This is wax legs. Okay. But that's his general idea. The background is pretty plain, I think. So we're gonna see how that goes, and then so maybe I won't do the background in those tones because it's gonna be white. So maybe I'll use we'll see. My brain is already like, you don't know enough about art to do this, but we shall see how it goes. I think that's still pretty good. Like, it's more than I would have done if I had never started the project, which that is like what I'm thinking about in the future is, I'm not going to be upset if it's not what I expect it to be. I'm just going to be happy that I started a project and I'm working on it instead of just scrolling on TikTok, because that is what I do all the time. I just scroll on TikTok. Just don't know what to do. Get some paint and some water, and we'll do the base layer. And I'm back. I have a paper towel because I know myself, I'm messy. I will probably spill something. And I have this little, it's just a cream cheese container. Yeah, but it's just a cream cheese container with a little bit of water in it. And this is my biggest brush, which is not that big of a brush. They actually had a lot of like paint brushes and things at Ross, which I was just like excited to see, but I already have brushes, so I'm like, I don't need to buy any. I think I'm gonna use brick. Let's see what color this is. These are all the colors, and I want to use this one. They don't really, this is like the closest to burnt umber in this tray. Yeah, see? It's a brick, it looks like brick. I'm just gonna put some in this water. Not very much. So I just want a light wash. I probably could have used watercolors for this, but I just want some orange water. Smells like paint. Yum. Just making sure it's all nice and mixed. It's like that. It's very thin, which is what I want because I want it to be kind of translucent. I just want this to add some depth and some texture to the canvas. Good morning, everyone. It is not really a bright day. It's pretty overcast actually, but today I'm kind of waiting around. I have a bunch of phone calls today. I have 3, one in like an hour-ish, one in like a couple hours after that, and then one pretty late actually because of the time zone difference. But I'm talking to someone in Dusseldorf, someone in Seattle, and someone in Maryland. I'm not really sure how I feel about the one in Seattle. Like, I've always wanted to go to Seattle, but this place, it's kind of odd. She told me that her dog is kind of aggressive, so I'm just like, it's going to Seattle worth having to deal with an aggressive dog and kind of like that, which I don't know. And then Dusseldorf, it's 2 cats, and then the one in Maryland is just 1 cat. So I'm kind of like rooting for the Dusseldorf and the Maryland one because those ones actually work out like pretty well scheduling wise. But while we wait, I figured we would do some of the underpainting today. So this is how it dried. We have now some tones, so it's just not like a bright white sheet, and we can get some dimension. And I think today we're gonna focus on not doing the shadows as of yet, because I know the sun's gonna be here and it's gonna go down like this. So the shadows would be under, but I'm gonna focus really on just like outlining where he's gonna be, especially like his wings, and just kind of like setting those up. But very thin underpainting style, kind of watery, and then focusing on the background and kind of getting that established because it's gonna be whiter up here and then fading. So from like white to white yellow to like merging into blue to dark blue to black like that, because he's falling into it. Yeah, and I've never like really painted like people, like whole people, so this is like a new experience for me from like the get-go. I've never really done a piece this big. So it's going to be an experience, to say the least. But I'm going to start, this is just mixing like the skin tone for the background just to kind of get that set up. So I'm going to use some yellow. But I'm kind of interested to see how these phone calls go because I don't really know where I'm going in the future. And did I just get paint on my leggings? Nope. Okay. I don't really know where I'm going in the future, so I use yellow, and then this is peach, even though it's like matches my shirt pink. Pretty pink. Just trying to get some undertones in there. But I don't really like know where I want to end up. And the one in Dusseldorf is 2 months, and then the one in Maryland is 2 months to a bit longer. So then I wouldn't have to like move around as much. And I already found flights to go from Pittsburgh to Dusseldorf and back. So I feel like that's like a sign too. I'll put a little bit of green in it, just a little bit. This is apple green. Let's see. Ooh, that's very green. That might not have been the best decision. So this is basically what I have. And I'm just gonna thin that out with water, which this might have not been the best thing. Oh, that is very yellow. That is very yellow. I might add some, maybe, ooh, very yellow. Maybe add some violet, like some purple to combat that. It's turning very green. But yeah, it's something that like I'm working on figuring out. Cause I could always go home to Hawaii, but like I feel like going home is kind of like admitting defeat that like I couldn't make it out here. Even though people are always like, oh yeah, you're from Hawaii. Why are you here? Because like I've done Hawaii. I lived there for 10 years. And it's not the same as like when my family first moved there. It is not the same at all. It's still kind of green. Not kind of, very green. Let's add some more violet. That was probably a bit much, but we'll see. But it's not the same as it used to be at all. Like the beaches aren't the same because of the lava eruption. A lot of the like places that we used to go, like the movies aren't open. Like there used to be like $1 movie, and that was like really affordable and like a good way to go and just like waste the day. This is a bit gray now. I think I'm gonna add some red, but those aren't open anymore, and it's just not the same. And it's not, yeah, like whenever I go there, I don't really do anything, which I mean, it's kind of what I do everywhere, nothing. But I wasn't creative there. That was too much red. Okay, it's just gonna have some very pinky undertones. But now we have some very watery paint. I'm just going to kind of outline his shape so we know where it is. This is a very pink toned kind of base color, but I just want to fill in where he's going to be. So that way I could do the other like base layers. And please don't take anything I'm saying as professional advice. I have no idea what I'm doing, but like the great painters and everything, they all started somewhere. I'm not saying I'm a great painter, I'm not, but they all start somewhere. And we have his arm here, which is kind of awkward with, I guess, how I'm doing this, but his hand comes up, and then his other arm and like shoulder are here. And then his hand. So he's like trying to protect the sun, but you know, you can't really fight the sun. His head too small. Head look proportionate? No, I don't know. I don't know if it's because I have a big head or what. But I always like mess up that kind of proportion. Yeah, that is his, it's like a skirt, but I don't know. It's very flowy with like the wind, with texture and everything. Then we have his wings here that are melting. I don't know what it says about me that like I have dreams of Icarus falling. And it's kind of just like, is that my hubris saying you're flying too close to the sun, you should be careful, or what? But here we are, taking that hubris and just spending 20 bucks on it. That's how much all this stuff costs, which I think for like all the paint and the canvas, that's pretty good. And for an activity that's going to probably keep me busy and irritate the shit out of me, pretty good deal. And so for the background, I just want it to be a bit blue. So just like to get us started. So I'm just gonna mix some blue in with, I'm actually gonna dump some of this water out. You know, considering how much I love like thinning paints down, I would probably love oil paints, but it's something about that smell that I just can't get into. Just gonna add some of this blue. It's kind of like a creamy blue, not like a pure like blue that you would get. It looks weird in here. I'm just kind of thinning this out. That's the blue. So that's kind of what I have so far. I'm gonna let this layer dry, and around the head there's like some missing blue space, and that's for his hair. I don't know if I want him to have blue toned hair or lighter hair yet. So if he was gonna have black hair, I would have been fine with the blue because then he would have had like the blue tones. But if he's gonna have like lighter blonde hair, I don't really want to put blue down because that'll kind of make it look green, and when I go in with like thicker layers. So just gonna let it marinate, and then once it dries a bit, the bottom half I'm gonna go in with another layer of blue just so it's a little bit darker, and then because it's going lighter as the painting goes up. So that is where we're gonna kind of pause on this. Hey guys, so it is later in the day, and I've had 2 phone calls with 2 people, one in Dusseldorf and one in Maryland, and they're both pretty good. I'm going to go and do both of those sits. So I'm going to be in Dusseldorf for 2 months, and then I'm going to be in Maryland, so back in the United States for 2 months that I know of, but it might be longer depending on how her kind of job interview goes and that kind of thing. So it'll be nice definitely to be somewhere a bit longer because I have just been moving around so much. It's kind of getting not old, but it'll be nice to be somewhere where I can just kind of set up roots and explore and just kind of have have a little bit of stability. And she has 1 cat, so love that. Has a piano, might try and learn the piano, might not, we'll see how it goes. But that is basically where I'm at right now, and it's kind of nice knowing where I'm going to be until August. So yeah, that's kind of weird to think like that's literally 6 months away, and I might be there longer, so we'll see. I stopped at TJ Maxx. I didn't really get anything. I feel off today. I'm probably hungry, but like I feel so sad. I don't know why, but I just feel sad today. And I'm probably hungry. I just had matcha today. It's almost noon. And I didn't get anything at TJ Maxx. I'm like, wow, I'm so good. I don't need anything. I didn't really see anything that I wanted. But I just went to Lidl and I bought groceries. I already bought groceries this week. And I got like basic things, but I just bought like more groceries because I'm like, at least if I'm gonna like mindlessly shop, I'm gonna buy things that I'm gonna eat and like have a purpose. Except these did not really have a purpose. These are Tasty Cake snowballs, but they're the chocolate cakes. Ooh, chocolate. But they're like the shamrock ones. And like I try not to eat a lot of processed foods, even though I do probably eat processed foods. But I don't know. I just felt like I'm probably hungry. That is literally probably why I feel this like sadness enveloping me. Yeah. I was gonna go gym mining. I think I talked about that. But to go there, you have to have a mining permit, even to just like get the buckets, the sluice. And I'm like, why do you need a permit for that? And I have this pimple on my nose. Does not help what matters. And Peacemaker, the season finale was yesterday. Well, I watched it yesterday. now I'm sad that that's over. And Euphoria is ending this weekend, I think, too. So a lot of like the things I look forward to are ending, and I don't know why I'm upset about that. But Peacemaker got renewed for season 2, so that's exciting. They had a cameo of other like DCU characters in the finale. That's not really a spoiler because, I mean, it's just, I didn't say who it was or anything, so. But, so, I know where I'm gonna be until like August, probably after August, basically. I'm gonna be in my grandma's, Dusseldorf, and then Maryland. So like I know where I'm going, and it's just kind of like waiting for all of that to happen. And you know, Dusseldorf is in 51 days, which is crazy. I have like a lot of things that I want to do. I just don't have the motivation to do it. I don't know. Just walking around the grocery store makes me sad. We're gonna go home, put the groceries away. We're gonna have like a nice big lunch. Then I think we're gonna do some painting because, I mean, I can't really mess it up because it's still in like the underpainting phases, so I can't disappoint myself. Wow, pity party for one. Sign me up. That was a good snowball. Yeah, so I think that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna drive home and listen to Mitski and cry. Hey guys, so we had lunch and now we're going to work a bit more on the painting. So this is what we have so far. The light top and then the blue that gets slowly darker. So this is gonna be like blue, dark blue, blue black, and then black to the bottom. And then as the light gets like bigger and everything. So the sun's gonna be here, so that means the shadows are going to be like here is where the shadows are gonna be kind of like that. And I don't know how we're gonna shadow the wings yet, so I'm not worrying about that. But just like so we can get some of the dimension on there. I'm gonna do a little bit more underpainting. So his skirt is gonna be like a creamish color, so this is probably a bit dark, so I'm gonna have to like cover that up. But it's fine because it's acrylic and I don't have to worry about it. And then I want to start doing some of the skin tones and things like that, and then need to do some research on the wings. But we're just gonna work on that at the moment. I feel like the arm's too big right there. I thought that was right there for a second. It's just the tree. So that's kind of where I'm gonna stop until this layer dries, and then I'm gonna come back with a smaller brush because I have been going ham with my like one big brush, but we're gonna come back with a smaller brush and work on it a bit more, maybe in an hour when it dries. Hey guys, so it's a little bit later and I just finished reading The Haunting of Hill House. I feel like I have been reading this book for so long. I think I only got it like a month ago though, but I started reading it in DC and I've always kind of like just kept it like at the bathtub. So like when I'm in a bath, I like read a book, but I never reach for it. I just go on my phone. But today I finished reading it. So The Haunting of Hill House by Shirley Jackson is like this scary story that follows 4 people who go to a haunted house to like see if it's really haunted. And I originally picked this one up because, for one, I know Shirley Jackson from The Lottery, and I really liked that short story. It was really scary when like I had to read that for school. And so I was interested to see like how this one would be like related to the TV show, because I really love the Hauntings series on Netflix. But it's the inspiration. This book has really nothing to do with the Netflix show, like at all. There's some lines that are pretty similar, like the ending line is similar. Some of like the motifs we get of Nell dancing from The Haunting of Hill House is similar, and that kind of thing. But the characters really aren't the same. The storyline really isn't the same. And I don't know. I like how they have like Victoria Pengetti's like the bottom of her face here, and then her eyes are the windows. And I thought that was really cool how they did that. I didn't realize it until like today that's what it meant. Like the eyes are the windows to the soul and everything. Yes, very much enjoy this book. And I have a stack of other books I'm going to peruse now to see which one I want to read next. Hey guys, so next day, it's almost like 4 p.m. This dude had me up all night, like literally for 4 hours, could not fall asleep. So I did not sleep that much last night. So it's just been kind of a slow Saturday. We're on better terms now, but I wrote some today, and I just finished watching Knives Out, which I've been meaning to watch that movie since it came out. Like I was like, when I first saw the trailer back in 2019, I'm like, oh wow, this looks like such a cool movie. And then I never watched it because I guess like the pandemic happened, and every time I started watching, I just got distracted. But today I was just like, okay, we're gonna sit down and we're gonna watch it. And that was such a good movie. All the twists and turns were so exciting, and yeah, happy that I got to watch that. But now I'm kind of considering what I want to do. I have my books that I've read since I've been here, because I brought like a suitcase of books with me, has greatly gone down. It was like 4 stacks of books, and now it is down to like 1 stack, and like 3 of them are poetry. Well, 4 of the books I think are poetry, and then I have a Hanya Nagahara book and Henry and June by Annis Nin. And I love Annis Nin's like journal entries. That's like where I know her mostly from, and I saw this at a thrift store up in Pennsylvania with my grandma, and I was like, oh wow. I was like, finally like an Annis Nin book, because like I've never seen one like for sale. I wonder if they're like at actual stores, but this is what I'm gonna be reading next. And yeah, just slowly making my way through these books, because there's like a bookstore near here that I think I could sell books to either get like cash or store credit. So I think I'm gonna do that. We're gonna read this book, and yes, maybe paint later, or maybe paint and then read this book so we don't lose the light. Those are all books I have to donate. Oh, it's squeaky stuff. And then books I have left. So I'm here on the floor, and I kind of have everything ready. Got some fresh water, and we're gonna do a little bit more of detailing on the painting and kind of setting up the body and a bit of the wings. Hey guys, it is 9:10 right now, and we are running a bit, not behind, actually we're kind of just exactly on time, but I'm going to meet my friends again over near Raleigh. We're gonna get lunch, and then we're gonna go paint some pottery. So, waiting for the car to warm up a bit, but we have got to get a move on. I'm the one driving farther this time. So last time they drove 2 hours and I drove an hour. This time I'm driving 2 hours and they're driving the hour. So that way it's like evens out. I feel like I look like Lord Hamilton or something from Black Sails. Like, I look like a Regency era man with this hair. But it is what it is. It'll probably like fall out some on the way there. But let's go. It's a pretty pizza. Like original. Ready? Nice. Is you good? Yes. What are you doing? This is
Paint pot. Oh, you do that every time. Like, yeah. Cheese. I think I'm gonna go with green. Okay. One.
You're like, I don't know yet.
I don't know.
So here's the before. Just working hard. What plate did Damien pick? Oh, they're so cute.
This is definitely his style.
Is this sponge? Thank you. It's beautiful.
You did it. That's really nice.
Ooh, sunny. Ooh, it's about 4:22 right now, and me and my friends, we met in like outside Raleigh right now. We did lunch. We had like really good pizza from this place called Melon Mushroom. I got a Pacific Rim pizza, which is like a Hawaiian kind pizza with like pineapple and ham. I don't really like pineapple on pizza, but it had jalapenos and like bacon. My favorite things on pizza. And caramelized onions, I forgot about that. But the reason why we came over here and we went to that restaurant to begin with is because Paint Your Pot, which is this place where you get to like paint pottery and stuff. And I've been wanting to do this for a while, and it's something that like I did a lot as a kid. And my friend, she has like a 2-year-old. I was like, do you think you would like doing this? So we came over and we got here at 1 o'clock. It is 4:23. I painted one mug. I spent like 3.5 hours painting one mug. And I have to say, I had the time of my life. I had like this inspiration photo that I saw of someone's mug on TikTok, and I just kind of like took a screenshot, and I'm really hoping it comes out okay because I kind of went ham on it. But we have to come back next week to get them, and so we're gonna see each other again. Maybe do like a botanical garden, get lunch again, because like food is always so good. But yeah, we kind of just like talked about doing things that child us would like, and like what did child us want to do that we weren't able to. So my one friend, she's like, I wanted to go skydiving when I was younger. So she's pregnant right now, so she can't exactly go skydiving, but after that she can. And then her husband was like, I wanted to fly, I wanted to be a pilot, and that's something he's going to be working on in the next couple of years. So it's kind of cool that he's like doing his childhood dreams. And it kind of made me think about like, what did I want to do as a child that I'm doing now or not doing? And when I was younger, I wanted to be a writer, and I write. I'm like actively doing that. It's something I work on like every week. And so I'm kind of like living that childhood dream. I'm also like doing things that child me would have really liked doing, like going and painting pottery, going and getting pizza, like just doing things child me would have enjoyed. And it's just kind of nice to think about and do that. But I'm gonna eat my pizza, and then I'm gonna drive home because it's 2 hours. And yeah, I don't want it to be driving in the dark, so we need to get going. Good morning, everyone. So it is a nice and sunny morning. It's about 8:30 right now. 52 degrees outside, and I kind of have like a general plan for today. Because Tuesday and Thursday I have classes to teach, I'm going to try and do things on Monday, Wednesday, Friday this week. Kind of seeing how the schedule goes. And yeah, I'm like it's good. I need some tank tops. Like all I have is like a long sleeve shirt. I have like 2 t-shirts. I'm wearing my manskin shirt today, but you really can't see because literally the sun is so bright. But I think that's Ethan. That's not Ethan. There's Ethan. Ethan. I think that's Dom is right. Dom, Victoria, and then the blonde guy. Sorry. But that's kind of the plan. Stop at Lidl, tank tops, and there was like a black hoodie with like this kind of shirt. This, like a zip up, like a black zip up, because I need a black zip up. I don't have one, and I know I'd get a lot of use out of it. And then I want to go to Scheffler Park if it's open, because it's like along the way to the mall, and I always drive past it. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna stop this time, and then I never stop. We're gonna stop today if it is like open and everything. Then I want to go to Barnes & Noble and look at the Germany travel books and like the German language books, see if they have anything, so I could start doing some research on Dusseldorf, because I want to be more like actively like integrating myself, because I'm going to be there 2 months. I need to learn some German now. I have like 49 days until I'm there, so I have some time to like learn at least how to say like hello, and I think hello in German is hello, but like just like general conversation things, or like how to order a coffee, that kind of stuff, because I'm gonna be there a while. I should know that if I'm gonna be living there for 2 months. So I want to like look at that, see what they have, and then yeah, come home and do some art projects, and yeah, let's go. I'm in the sun again, but this was in Lidl. They had the camisoles, but they looked like someone like spilled like flour all over them, and I'm like, that's okay, I don't need these. Then the hoodies, they only had like one small and black. I'm like, this would not fit me. It was worth the effort. Then I'm like, now what am I gonna buy? So I got a Red Bull, because I have not had coffee yet, and I'm starting to feel the caffeine withdrawals in my brain. Don't like those. And I got Cheez-Its. So I'm like, I don't have any snacks at home. Well, I have snacks, but like I don't have Cheez-Its. So I think we might go to Target. We'll see. So we made it to the park, which is nice, because I thought I was on like the wrong road for this park, but it came up and I was like, oh, there it is. And like, it's kind of crazy that like the turnoff to get into this park, you go from like 50 miles an hour to like having to do like a really sharp turn, and you're just like, ah. I hope nobody's trying to pull out at the same time I'm trying to pull in, because that would not work out well for any of us. And yeah, so I'm happy I've made it to the park. One lady's doing step aerobics in front of me. It was a nice little jaunt in the park. The like pathway is really clear, and I had my headphones in and I was listening to Toni Morrison's Nobel Prize speech, I think from 1993, and I don't know, just like hearing her speak in like not only like the cadence of her voice, but just how eloquent she is, and like her conveying of information. It like surprises me and shocks me every time that I'm like, a person can actually communicate with like the same words that I have like that. And I don't know. So we're gonna head to Barnes & Noble and then Target, because I think those are like in the same area. Yes. This is a nice park. It is chilly outside. It's like 45 degrees. So if I would come again, I would like have my bigger coat, because it was a bit cold. A little bit after 11, but I just got out of Target, and I did get something at Barnes & Noble. I got a book on German, but like I didn't show you because there is someone like in the car right next to me. And I feel like people just sit in their cars here, which is weird because like I'm not used to that. But people just like sit in their car, like I'm sitting in my car right now. But like they'll just be in their car. So I just find it odd. And lady just parked next to me. But yes, I got a German book. So easy German step by step. And this one looked promising because it has like pronunciation, exercises. So I need to start like doing this today and like keep at it every day. I need to like establish a morning routine because like right now it's fall out of bed, feed the cat, fall back into bed. Like we need to get better than that. So German book, I want to try doing this like in the morning and then maybe reviewing it in the evening. So that way I'm like using it multiple times a day, and I need to start like looking at YouTube. Yes, because 9 ist in Heidelberg. No, he is in Heidelberg. So 9 ist in. So Rösten is he's in. So like those are the kind I need to start working on that because it's a very simple sentence, and I will have forgotten it by the time I got home. But then at Target, I had like some things that I've been needing to get. Like I got some Pilot G2 pens. I love these pens and I could not find them in Europe. So I have like these other pens that I've been using and like they're empty and I'm kind of like at the end of their pen life. So I picked up some pens and I had a gift card for Target, which is nice that like I remembered to use my gift card. I got some instant coffee. I have coffee at home that I can make, but instant coffee, I don't know why, I just like so much better. I was gonna get some more matcha, but it's $10 here when it was $3 at Trader Joe's. So I'm just like, we might be stopping back at Trader Joe's for matcha if we're gonna get it again. Some instant coffee. I almost grabbed decaf. Like I grabbed decaf, went down another aisle. I was like, oh, I'll see what I'll look back at the instant coffees because I was like, the matchas are too expensive. And I saw that I had grabbed decaf. So this is caffeinated. So that would have like, I would have been very upset. I got another brow pencil, even though I have 2 brow pencils. I think it's always good to have extra, and this one's actually blonde. My other ones are like taupe and brown, so now I have like a blonde one. Then I got this Vichy Mineral 89. It's like a hyaluronic serum, and I've only ever seen like good things about this hyaluronic serum. And my other serums are actually, I have been using like the snail mucin one from CosRx for about, I think like a year by now, and I really like it, but it ran out a couple days ago and I'm like, my skin has been missing some moisture, so we're gonna try this one out. Even though I think you get like less of this than you do for the snail one. The snail one's a pretty big bottle. I think it's like 3.3 ounces, and this is only like an ounce and a half for like more money, so we'll see. Then I got some more razors because I've had like the same, not the same razor, but it was like a razor, like the body and then different heads that you switch out. I've had that since last year, and the razor, it's like had a good life, but it's like dull, like it's cutting me, and I'm like, I just need a new razor. So I got this one from Harry's. It's 5 German blades, but it is a razor handle and then 2 cartridges. And I don't know why razors are so difficult. And then you have like the pink tacks. So like in the women's aisle, it's like $16, but in the men's aisle, this is like $10. And I'm like, pink tacks, very present right there. Then I got some more shampoo because the last time I bought the shampoo I have now, I bought it back in like July, and it's because I left it here while I was in Europe. But more shampoo. Yes, just like those random things that like you need, but they're just like random things that like make life better. Then I got a notebook for German, so like I could keep it all in like one space and write down like vocabulary and like lessons and things that like I want to focus on. And I'm the kind of person where if I write something like 3 times, I will remember it. Where like I can read something and remember it pretty okay if I'm actively reading it, but if I have to actively read it and then write it down, that just does like so much more. That just does so much more for my comprehension. It is warm in the car, I guess because like we're in the sun. And then last thing I got was this tomato, vine, and sage candle. It literally smells like tomato vines, and I don't like, it'll smell like a tomato leaf. Like, I'll find a tomato leaf at like the grocery store, and that's what this smells like. And it just smells like so good and like so fresh and like so springtime. I used to grow like cherry tomatoes. I had so many in the backyard, and I don't actually like eating tomatoes. Like, I feel like they're too sweet for such like a savory vegetable, but I would always give them to my friend. And I've like saw this, I'm like, that's just like an interesting smell for a candle, and I really like it. So new candle. I still have my coconut one that I am burning through at home, but there we go. There is the haul. Time to go home and work on some of our creative projects, do some research. We need to start editing the video for this week. Yes, let's go. Hey guys, so it is in the evening and I worked on the Icarus painting a bit, showered, did some laundry. I made some cinnamon rolls that I got from Lidl, so the house smells like peaches and cream, and it's actually like hot in here. But I'm working on like the final draft of A Cake to Share, and I feel like I've been working on this forever, but it's been less than a month. And I thought I had a completed draft done, but I forgot about all the pencil marks from the text that I wrote down under that I went over with pen. And I've kind of like adjusted the text over time, so I need to get rid of that because it looks bad. And then I can figure out how to scan these. Hi guys. I have put my hair up in stock curls because it's like literally really hot in here. And I think it's because I have the oven on. But now my hair is like off my face and I could just like do my skincare routine and go to bed and I'll be good. But now we're going to be working on German for a little bit because laundry's away. I've kind of finished A Cake to Share. I need to scan it, which I'm going to figure out tomorrow. I don't feel like dealing with a printer right now. And then if that doesn't work, I would scan it on my phone, which I would need daylight for anyways. But here's the book I got from Barnes & Noble. And we're just going to start by diving into chapter 1. And this is going to be fun because I haven't done homework in like 2 years. Like, I think I graduated 2 years ago, so I haven't done like homework since then. So very excited. I don't speak any other language besides English, so this will be a big new step for me. And I'm kind of excited because I want to practice like some conversational German skills, so that way when I go to Germany and I'm there for 2 months, it's not like when I was places for like 2 weeks or a couple weeks where like it was okay, like I knew some phrases, but I actually want to be able to have like a conversation and that kind of stuff. So I want to work on it. So that's what we're going to be doing, and I'm recording it so that way I can't slack off, because then future me will be disappointed in myself, because it's like, you didn't put in half an hour every day to learning this language when you could have, and you were just scrolling on TikTok. So we're going to work on this. Hello. So it's very bright inside because I have like the lights on right now in the dining room, but it is actually very dark and rainy outside. It's 54 degrees right now for 8 o'clock. That's actually pretty warm for how the weather has been. But we are doing our German practice this morning, which, let me just get this water started. Here are the cinnamon rolls from last night. I don't think I showed you guys. They're the peaches and cream one. I had one last night while I was doing my homework. I'm like, these are delicious. I just love cinnamon rolls, so we're gonna have one with breakfast with some coffee. But yes, I like started doing like the German book last night, and I'm still in the first chapter, and it's like focusing on pronunciation of like certain letters and things, and I was like, this is kind of tedious. Why do I have to do this? I'm glad I did it. Like, I'm slowing down, I'm putting in the work, which is like starting from the ground up. Like, how do I pronounce these words? Like the English letter G, when it's at the end of a word in German, it's pronounced as a K, as a like K, as like the English sounding K. And like, I didn't know that. So now I know that. Just to like keep in mind, and like all these like language rules and things like that I hadn't even like thought about. And like I would have never knew if I like didn't sit down and go through this. Good morning. Hallo. Diese Kinder. Yes. Yes, so we're going to be working on some German. Here's the kitty. His tag has like the phone number and the address of the house, and like I don't want to dox these people. Hi, baby. He's grumpy. He's grumpy. I got a good night's sleep because someone didn't bother me all night, so thank you for that. But I think I'm only here like 10 more days, so all the projects I have started, I want to get finished because we're running out of time here. And I have a class later today in a couple hours, so I have some time to like do the German practice, do German practice. I want to scan my Cake to Share book in and put those all in one file, so that way I don't have to like worry about these getting lost or like damaged when I move again. But yeah, that's like my goal of the thing I'm finishing for this month. And then I want to work more on editing the Ring Girl because I finished that at the end of January and it's just kind of been sitting on my laptop since then. It needs to be edited. I have not edited it once. I don't even think I've spell checked it. So it's definitely going to take me a hot second to get through that. But I kind of want to have that like done by the end of March, so I'm not like crazy worried about the editing taking a long time. So I'm giving myself to the end of March. I want to focus on finishing that premise of Macbeth, working on that, because I'm kind of have like a story idea for it, but I haven't really written it out yet. Like I have like all these ideas, but it's kind of putting that into the story and giving that character the motivation, because right now she doesn't have a ruthless ambition yet, so I have to give her that ruthless ambition that leads to her own destruction, which is the whole premise of Macbeth. So if I want to like keep the title and make it make sense, character has to follow that arc, which usually I write like based on vibes and kind of just like free write. Like I have like a general outline, but it kind of changes as the story goes on. But I'm sticking with this idea of the premise of Macbeth. So ambition leads to destruction and that kind of thing. Yes, we're gonna have coffee, we're gonna do some German work and scan those in. We have to buy my flights for Dusseldorf because it's a Tuesday. I think Tuesday is the best day to buy flights, so we'll check and see. But yes, we have to buy flights, double check with the people first. Like I'm gonna buy my flights, this is a good time for me to come in, like yada yada yada. Then my class, then I'm gonna start editing this video. I will check in with you guys later. So we're in the office right now and I'm trying to scan a Cake to Share, but it only scans to their computer, or I could use USB, but I have a Mac which does not have a USB port and I don't have a converter. So we're gonna have to do this the old-fashioned way on my phone. I don't know how good that'll turn out because it is very dark and dim today, but I do have like a scanning app on my phone, so we can try that. It's like 26 of these little boards that I have to do. It's a big step, and they're not the same size. I measured them specifically so they're all the same size, but there's like a size difference. And so not my favorite thing to happen, but we're going to have to make do. I feel like I could try it here because the guy who lives here does like watercolor paintings, very beautiful, very nice. But he has like this table that I think you put like your phone on it and he like maybe records like him painting or something. Because I don't know what else this would be for. Maybe like resting a palette or something, but I feel like it's like the perfect size and like configuration for a cell phone. So we're gonna try and see if I could use that to scan it. Like, here's my hand, like, see what I mean? It's like perfect for this. And hey guys, so it is a little bit later. I think it's about 1:45 right now. And I had my class, had everything set up, and they never showed up. So I kind of just like sat and waited, and they still didn't show up. So that happened. And then while I was waiting, I'm like, scrolled on Tumblr, saw something about Ukraine, looked up Ukraine. Russia, they say, has invaded part of Ukraine, which is, of course, that's like how I find out through Tumblr. That's like how I found out like most like world-changing events is through Tumblr. And then I have to like look it up to be like, is that what's really happening right now? So I was gonna book my tickets today to go to Europe, but I'm gonna wait a day or two just to see what's happening, so that way, like, if it does look like bad, that I'm not going to be there for that, because, you know, it's not really something you sign up for. Like, when you sign up to watch someone's pets, you don't really sign up for like a country nearby being at war, because that would like affect a lot of things, and I just want to know that before like I go through all the process of getting there and stuff. So yeah, right now, while I was like waiting for the person to join the class, I kind of like wrote down a list of things that I want to work on. So I'm going to be working on some of these things, and we'll see how the rest of the day goes. I want to work on that painting a bit more today, because it has dried, and yeah, before we lose like the sunlight. So I got everything uploaded for this week's video, and for some reason it's 2 hours and 11 minutes long. That's just like the raw footage. It's usually like an hour of raw footage that like I get down to like 45 minutes, 30 minutes. This is 2 hours. What did I do? Why is it so long? I think it's because I did a lot of like just me painting, and I did grocery hauls, and those just take up time. But there's no reason it should be 2 hours. So I'm gonna try and get this down. This is what we're working with. This was just kind of like the ideas I was having about the painting. I don't know if they're going to stay. They're probably not. But like here's like his wings catching fire and like his arms getting burnt. So that's just kind of the like idea of it. I don't really like his hair. I feel like it is a bit too defined, maybe. But yeah. So these are kind of like what I was thinking. So what are burnt hands in the face of curiosity? And this is like from Apollo. Does he raise his arms in fear for my love? I reach back and my rays burn us both. What destruction we have made. And this one is Icarus. You fly too high. And then Icarus responds, yet I cannot taste Apollo's kiss. I fly to you. And this is towards Apollo. So those are just like ideas I'm having. And the wings are different. Much more different. They were red and smaller before, but now they kind of are white with like the red undertones, which I do like, because it's like the heat is kind of showing through. Yeah, we're gonna work on it a bit, because we don't really see his face. We see his mouth, but I need to like do some detailing. It's lit. Do some detailing up here now. So end of the week here, just thought I would say goodbye for once, because I never remember to do that. I always like realize when I'm editing the video like a week or a few days after the week is ended, I never say goodbye or like I hope you had a nice week or anything like that. But I had a nice bath. I'm working on editing. I'm gonna do some writing and listen to like some good music and have a fire going. That's the end of the week. I worked on my painting some. I'm not going to show you. It's going to be a surprise next week, because I don't really like it and I want to try and work on it until then. So I hope you guys have a nice week, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.